Hello everyone, thank you for joining me today for this presentation on research findings, analysis and conclusions, examining the possibilities and effects of using electric cars in the UK, a case study of company Tesla. My name is Mehdi Hassan Moldik. I am a student of MSc Management program. In this presentation, I will be sharing the key findings, analysis and conclusion of my research project that aims to assess the possibilities and effects of using electric cars in the UK, with a specific focus on this case study of Tesla. This research project is a part of Integrated Management Research Project module. Without any further ado, let's delve into the introduction, research objectives and the aims in the next slides. As you can see in these slides, I will be providing the overview of research aims and objectives that guided my study. The primary objectives of this research are as follows. Number one, to access the possibilities and effects of using electric cars in the UK. This involves evaluating the current status, challenges and benefits of electric car adoptions, as well as examining the societal and environmental effects of widespread electric vehicles uses. Number two, to evaluate Tesla's impact as a case study. Thus, research aimed to analyze Tesla's market share, marketing strategies, as role is promoting electric car adoption in the UK. These objectives were selected to contribute valuable insights to the automotive industry, stockholders, policymakers, customers, and the environmental advocates as well. So, with a clear understanding of these objectives, let's move on to the background and context of the research on the next slides. So in these slides, I'll discuss the background and the context of research and electric car adoptions in the UK, with a focus of the case study of Tesla. The transition towards sustainable transportation and the adoptions of electric vehicles have gained significant attention due to their potential environmental and societal benefits. The global push to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and the combat climate change has intensified the focus on cleaner transportation alternatives. This research is important to various stakeholders in the automotive industry, including manufacturers, suppliers, the policymakers, etc. They can benefit from insights into customers' preferences and the trends related to electric car. Additionally, the study can provide valuable information to the effectiveness of current policies and the incentives for electric vehicles adoptions, leading to informed decision making and future NTFs. So in the next slides, now I'll discuss the importance of data collections in my research on electric car adoptions in the UK. Data collection is a fundamental step in research as it ensures that the credibility of findings and conclusions. Reliable data is essential to avoid plagiarism and acknowledges data sources, ensuring the validity of research outcomes. In my study, I identified data sources from the peer-reviewed academic journals, industrial reports, case studies, the government publications, etc. These sources provide both qualitative and quantitative data to analyze various aspects of electric car adoptions and its effects. Precisely, data collections plays a crucial role in ensuring the accuracy and reliability of research findings, contributing and the comprehensive analysis to the possibilities and effects of using electric cars in the UK. So in the next slides, the identification of key data sources. I'm going to identify the key data sources in these slides, where the validity, sourced, themes, data, and the types are mentioned there. So in source one is from the research paper is modeling approach for electric vehicle adoptions decisions in sustainable transportation system decision analytics. A journal is Polit ETL 2022. Source 2 is industry report, that's GovC 2023. Source 3 is case study, that is electric vehicle adoptions and analysis of best practice and pitfalls for policy making from experiences of Europe and the US, that Broadband ETL 2018. And source 4 is governmental publications, that's Smith 2023. So in the next slides, the defining key themes and data selections is thematic approach for qualitative data, which is related to customers' attitude, government policies. The quantitative analysis for quantitative data is was validity ensured by using appreciating statistical test. The mixed data selection is another key things of it as well. So in the next slides, this data findings analysis objective 1, that is access the current status and trends the electric car adoptions in the UK. In this section I will discuss the findings and analysis related to the first research objectives. This objective focuses on assessing the current status and the trends of electric car adoptions in the UK. The data sources for this objective include reports from the Department of Transport, electric vehicle sales data, the charging stations records as well. So thematic analysis is one of the key themes of that emerged from the analysis in the study. Increased in electric car registrations over the past 5 years, over the five past years. So this expansion of charging infrastructure is essential for overcoming the challenges associated with range anxiety. So quantitative analysis is to qualify the adoption trends. I conducted descriptive statistics, the calculating the means of started deviation of annual electric vehicles registrations. So overall, the findings from the objectives indicate a positive trend in the electric car adoptions, with growing network of charging infrastructure to support this transition. In the next slides, the data findings and analysis objective 2 is evaluate and benefits of challenge of electric car users in the UK. So moving on to the second research objective, I will discuss the findings and analysis related to evaluating the benefits and challenges of electric car users in the UK. The data sources for these objectives include the academic studies on electric vehicles benefits and customer surveys on challenges. So thematic analysis to understand the relationship between the perceived benefits and challenges. I conducted a regressions analysis. This analysis helps us assess whether the benefits of electric car users outweighs the challenges and how they influence customer attitudes. The findings highlighted the environmental advantages of electric car uses, but also underlined the importance of addressing the challenges to enhance customer acceptance and the adoptions. So in the next slides, the data findings analysis objective 3, that is in this slide I will discuss the findings and analysis related to the third objectives of my research, which is the investigate the role of the Tesla is promoting electric car adoptions in the UK. Let's dive in. The key themes here is the first key themes is Tesla's market share. My analysis reveals that Tesla has the significant presence in the UK electric car market and capturing the substantial market share. So the second key theme is marketing innovation. I found that the Tesla has implemented innovative marketing strategies such as direct sales and unique branding, which have contributed to its success in the UK market. So number of sources used for themes is the analysis for Tesla's market share. I referred eight market reports that provided insights into the company's market preferences over time. So to understand Tesla's marketing innovation, I studied 4 Tesla documents that highlighted the various strategies employed by the company to promote the electric cars. The thematic analysis process is to analyze Tesla's market share and for the analyzing the marketing innovation as well. These findings are very important, and shed light on the significant role that the Tesla has played in the electric car market in the UK and the innovative strategies it has employed to capture customer attention and the dive adoptions as well. So in the next slides, the data findings and analysis objective 4 is Moving on to the next slides, I will discuss the findings and analysis related to the four objectives of my research, which is examine the societal and environmental effects of widespread electric car adoptions in the UK. The key findings are there. The first key, the first key themes is emission reductions, and the second key themes are electric impacts. So I found that the adoptions of the electric cars has a positive economic effects, as it reduces the reliance on the fossil fuel and the potentially leads to economic growth. So number of sources used for themes is for the analysis of emission reductions. I referred the 6 environmental impact assessments that provided data on the reductions of the carbon emissions due to the electric car adoptions. To understand the electric impact, I studied 7 socioeconomic studies that explored the potential economic benefits associated with the shift towards electric vehicles. So thematic analysis process to analyze the emission reductions, I cross-referred data from the various environmental impact assessment to determine the extent of carbon emission reduction attributed to electric car adoptions. For the analysis of economic impact, I conducted the comprehensive reviews to the socio-economic studies to identify the potential economic advantages of widespread electric car uses. These findings emphasizes the positive effects of electric car adoptions on both the environment and the economy, further supporting of the importance of transitioning toward sustainable transportation alternatives. So then in the next slides, the unanswered objectives and limitations. So objective 4 remains partially unanswered due to limited availability to comprehensive socio-economic data. This is due to challenges such as restricted access to certain government or record of the absence of the longitudinal studies for objective 4. It's important to acknowledge these data and availabilities that they impact the depth of our analysis. So in the next slides, as you can see, the conclusions. Based on our research finding, I have drawn several conclusions regarding the possibilities and effect of using electric cars in the UK, particularly focusing on Teslas as a case study. For objective 1, we have observed a steady increase the electric car adoptions in the UK, supported by the growth changing the infrastructure. Moving on to the objective 2, we have found that the electric cars offer the significant environmental benefits, but the challenges related to the range anxiety and the changing accessibility persist. So the objective 3 highlights the pivotal role played by the Tesla in the UK electric car market, thanks to its innovative marketing strategy and the substantial market share. Lastly, the objective 4 underscores the positive impact of widespread electric car adoptions on emissions reductions, the potential the economic advantages. These conclusions have important implications for the various stakeholders, including the automotive industry, policymakers, and the investors as well. So let's go to the next slides. There is recommendation. So moving forward, I will present the recommendations based on the findings of our research. Recommendations based on findings. Collaborative efforts. I recommended the fostering collaborations between the government and the private sectors to expand the charging infrastructure and address range and anxiety concerns effectively. So policy interventions, strategic marketing, the continued research are also discussed here. So areas for the additional primary research is exploring on long-term economic effects of the electric car adoptions would offer the valuable insights into its sustainability, the understanding customer preferences attitude towards different electric car models can guide manufacturers in catering to market demands. The comparing government policies across different countries to incentivize electric vehicles adoptions can offer the lessons for the effective implementations as well. So let's move on to the next slide, that is reflection. Now I will reflect on the lessons learned from the research process and areas where the improvements can be made. So lessons learned: this data availability, diverse data sources, the data analysis techniques, importance of acknowledging limitations are highlighted in this area. And the areas for improvement are the primary data collections, the early objectives, refinement, the mitigating data gaps, continuous learning is one of is the part of this. So self-reaction is the self-reaction is the strategies, the strength strengths like successfully applying the thematic and the quantitative the analysis methods to derive meaningful insights. The weaknesses is the challenges in accessing the certain primary data and the need for the more comprehensive analysis. The conclusions are reflecting on the research journey underscores the importance of continuous learning and adoptions in the research process. So thank you for being with me.